Now this is the next topic, that was hospital API for my assignment. Now first I created the gitignore file, and then I created .env file. Here I put mongo underscore URI, and this connection string I got it from mongoose, and then I created port 8100, and then JWT secret also I have put here. And then after that I created index.js file. Here I am using in package.json. I am using common.js, not module, so that's why I'm using require. So here express, I imported express and .env course, etc. And then whenever we are using .env, we have to use .env.config, and then I use the middleware app.use course app.use express.json and all. Now here I put routes for doctors, patients and reports, and this one is by default welcome to hospital API, and here I used app.listen 8100 and errors. And then when I come to routes part, doctor.js, patient.js, report.js, this is for routes. Here I just created the routes. This is for register, login and profile. And when I go to controller part for doctor only, here I have used bcrypt for encrypting the password which we enter during registration, and during login we are using bcrypt. And JWT, whenever we do login, they give us the token from JWT authentication. And similarly we have generated token here, process.env.jwt secret. Now this is the basic controller for register doctor, where we have only taken name and password. And similarly for login also, we just require name and password. It will check whenever we register, the name and password will be stored in the database, and when we log in, it just checks the name and password is already available or not. If not available, it will not get login. And similarly here profile doctor. And similarly we have created patient controller.js. this is for patient register. And similarly we created patient create report controller and other functionality like patient all reports. And this is for remote controller.js, report controller.js. Here also status of reports controller we have created. And similarly we created patient.js routes for patients, for registration, for creating report, for all report. And similarly there is a file report.js for report routes, like this. And now let's go to Postman. Here I'll just show you. For example, let's say I put the API for registration for doctors. I put any random name, ASDFG, and password is 12345. I have put it as post 8100 doctors register. I just have to click on send button. Here the ID is generated and the name which we entered, that is displaying. This ID we get from mongoose. This is auto generated. And now let's go to login feature. Here I just put the name ASDFG, and here this is API is for login, this is for post, and I have put it for body and raw and then JSON. When I click on send button, it gets we got login ID, the name which we entered, that is displaying, and here the token which is auto generated, the JWT authentication token, that will be generated from here. And similarly we can test other functionalities as well.